One claim that popped up again in the Sunday papers is that the government is considering ending the practice of sending out millions of packs of lateral flow tests every week, free at the point of use. Currently, more than 1 million packs a day are being delivered across the country, representing 50 million tests a week. Now, I really shouldn't need to say this part. Even if a test is free at the point of use, somebody has to pay eventually. As with the entire pandemic, that somebody will be the taxpayer. To be clear, I think it's vanishingly unlikely free tests will disappear before the end of the winter. The Education Secretary said as much yesterday. But obviously this situation cannot go on forever. Bizarrely, however, we have this weekend experienced an extraordinary amount of cognitive dissonance. Politicians demanding that these tests remain, quote, free, when for the last year they've been complaining about the enormous cost of the test and trace programme. A prime example of this is the Mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham, who decried what he described as a £37 billion spend on test and trace, only then to demand the genuinely world-beating testing capacity of the UK remains totally free at the point of use. How does he square that circle? The UK tests more than any country in Europe because we plunge more taxpayer cash into testing than any other country in Europe. Clearly justifiable in the middle of a pandemic, but obviously a situation that cannot go on forever. Now, critics may say that the cost of test and trace is somehow all going to tracing, or to call centres, not to tests. But that is categorically untrue. In the first year of the programme, from April 2020 to April 2021, Test and Trace spent £22 billion. That's right, the famous £37 billion number has not yet been spent. That's a multi-year spend. Well, how much of that year one £22 billion went on contact tracing? 1.3. Yes, the rest of the other 95% of the spend, of that year one spend, went to labs, logistics, machines, PCR testing, and yes, lateral flow tests. According to the Financial Times, the year one spend on lateral flow tests was estimated to be £9 billion. £9 billion! 7 times the year one allocation to contact tracing. And it's important to note here that the rapid lateral flow tests were not readily available for much of year one. Clearly, there'll be a larger proportion now. When the accounts for year two, up to this coming April, are published, I have absolutely no doubt that the spend on rapid testing will be higher. The UK's record on testing is admirable. We've delivered genuinely impressive infrastructure. More tests are readily available in the UK than just about anywhere else on the planet. But please, let's not deny how this has all come at a significant cost.